Okay guys, in this video we're going to talk about the single row marquee tool. And honestly, this tool is going to have very limited use compared to a lot of the other selection tools. But I just want to show it to you just in case you ever have a need for it. I have used it in the past, but very limited. So go to your second block of tools here underneath the square marquee tool or rectangular marquee tool, and go down and select the single row marquee tool and let go. Okay, so you're going to have your normal crosshair here, and all we're going to do with this one, these selections are all the same. If you're not familiar with these selections up here, this is the new selection. This is going to be the selection for creating more than one row or more than one selection. This will be subtracting from the selection, and this will be intersecting with the selection. And those are the same for all the selection tools that we will cover in all of the Photoshop tools. But I'll just show you what it does. So we're on the new selection under the single row marquee tool. And all I'm going to do is go ahead and click. And you're going to see here, I'm going to zoom in for you, a very, very thin marching ants line here. And what you'll notice is this is actually a selection, but it's a selection of one line of pixels. Let's see if you can actually see that. Do you see that? I'm going to scroll a little bit slower into a dark area there. And you can see this is just one row of pixels. So that's what this is for. If you're trying to eliminate or trying to select and change one entire row of pixels inside of your photograph or graphic design or whatever you may be editing inside of Adobe Photoshop. If I want to make more than one selection, I can click here, get another row, third row, fourth row. Now maybe you can do something with 4 rows and you can make an interesting design. If you want to do subtraction, I click over there and it's subtracted. Click this one, subtracted. Or we can do intersecting. Unfortunately, since these are parallel lines, I don't entirely understand why you would have an intersecting row. But the intersecting row will work with other selections. So if we had a square selection here, and what we wanted to do is go back to our single row marquee tool and do the subtraction. See that? There's the intersection, and here's the subtraction. See how we're doing this? So you can imagine how that might be helpful if you're trying to create a form inside of Adobe Photoshop, and you can kind of form your areas. Say, okay, I'm going to come over here with my paintbrush and go white, and yes, we're going to select our background layer with our paintbrush. Select on here, and there you go. So now I could stick in some sort of form there, I don't know. But that's pretty much it for the single row marquee tool.